What's up, you guys? My name is Hutch, and I make videos and put them on the internet. And back in October of last year, a little company called Capcom reached out to another little company called Machinima, who reached out to me to help promote the game DMC. And I got to actually fly to Cambridge, England, spend a couple days there, hung out with Syndicate a little bit. Good times were had by all. And so when Machinima called me a week ago to ask me if I would help them help Capcom promote the new Resident Evil Revelations game, which is coming to Wii U, 360, and PS3, I believe. I should know that off the top of my head, and I don't. So let me go double check real quick. It's actually also coming to Windows Live, and I forgot to mention that a moment ago because I didn't know it off the top of my head. But thank God for the internet. So, moving on. Naturally, I asked them if I could go to England again. They said, no, you get to go to San Mateo. I was like, sweet. San Mateo is almost exactly like Cambridge, England, except not at all. But it is like 45 minutes away from my house, and I did play Resident Evil 6 co-op with Nanners. I did play a little bit of Resident Evil 1 and 2 at my ex-girlfriend's house back in the day with her little brothers, Ray and James. If you're watching this, what's up? You're not watching this, I don't know why I said that. And Capcom is a developer that I trust. One of the first series that I ever obsessed on was Street Fighter 2. Then I moved on to Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Then I moved on to Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I have played and lost against my wife playing Street Fighter 4. I am horrible at that game. Horrible at that game. And on GameCube, I played a game called Beautiful Joe quite a bit. I don't know if you guys remember that game. It was fucking amazing. And, God, I love that game. But I said yeah, and so I got to go to their offices. Got to hang out with Guile and Akuma and a Pegasus wing person and Ryu. Not to mention Zangief and trophies and M. Bison. And then I got to meet Marisol, who was working reception, and she also had a visitor's ball that's been building for like 3 years, which is pretty incredible. Hung out with this guy Mike, whose job was to make sure that I didn't suck too hard at the game and that I didn't wander off into offices that I shouldn't belong in, which I did anyways. Hung out with Randy, touched a zombie. Randy didn't like that too much. That's alright. And so I set up my capture, and for these kind of things you don't have a whole lot of time. And I did not want to suck. I really did not want to suck at this game. Like I said before, I've had limited experience with Resident Evil before, a little bit more with Resident Evil 6, and that's been fresh on my mind. But I was playing through that co-op with Nanners, and whenever him and I play games together, it's just shenanigans. And so I can't honestly say that I took the time to really get all the controls down perfect. But for this appointment, I really tried to pay attention. I played through an intro level that took place on a ship, and I really made it a goal to get the controls down in the game and not look like an idiot. And I thought I did pretty good. And what you guys are watching is a boss fight that Mike was nice enough to skip me to. We were playing on a dev build, so they can just press a bunch of fancy buttons and just take you to wherever they need you to go. And this boss was fucking horrifying, and it takes place in this mansion type building or warehouse type building. I'm not sure what's going on in this building, but the boss itself kind of follows you around. He'll throw traps on the ground. He'll try and lunge this saw at you, and all the while he's got all of his minions that endlessly spawn in. And I actually beat this boss on the second time I tried, and I was so proud of that given the fact that I had limited experience. And I didn't have a whole lot of time too. I was cutting it right down to the wire. There was only like 15 minutes left for the appointment for me to get this. And so I was patting myself, my little self on the Hutch back. Pat myself on the back. That's how you say that phrase, self. And one thing I noticed right away coming straight from RE6 to this game, which I believe takes place between RE4 and RE5, was that it wasn't as run and gun. It wasn't as chaotic. It was very controlled and not controlled at the same time. You had limited ammo, you had limited resources, and so if you wanted to do well, I cut out a lot of the parts where I was kind of exploring the map before I released the boss into the level. And like, you have to do that. You have to get a lay of the land. You have to conserve your ammunition. You have to pick ammunition off the ground. You have to pick herbs off the ground, and you have to navigate through all these minions that are attacking you while this boss was coming at you. And so it was not easy for me, and I liked that. I liked the challenge behind that. I liked that there was problem solving behind that. It seemed more traditional to Resident Evil's roots, and I was into that. And so yeah, this game comes out tomorrow. As of today, it is Monday. And I was happy that this was an exclusive, that they gave me an exclusive part of the game. I was originally supposed to just play the demo, and then when I got there that day, they gave me the opportunity to actually go further in the game, which is awesome. But the game comes out tomorrow. Hopefully I didn't completely let down all you hardcore Resident Evil fans. I'm sure I'm just going to get absolutely decimated in the comments, but give me a fair shot here, guys. Look at that gameplay. It wasn't that bad. You guys have seen me play other games, and I suck sometimes, and I really made an effort not to suck. It would be appreciated if you didn't rip into me too much. I do have feelings. I am a human being, and I matter, okay? I'm gonna go.